everybody. It's Wendy, also known as Penny Wendy from Ravelry, formerly of the Knit One Heart 2 podcast. And don't get excited. I'm not starting up podcasting again, but I do have a friend who's laid up in bed, and I want to tell her all the stuff that's been going on. And I know she's probably too tired to be in a long phone call or in a long text. So I thought I'd do a short vlog, and just update you on how everything has been going. So, and that way she can watch that and maybe get a little laugh out of it and catch up with me. And it will almost be like I'm right there with her as she's laid up in bed. So this is for you. You know who you are. And anyway, I thought it would be kind of fun. I've kind of taken you through my whole day. So we're going to start with this morning when I went grocery shopping because it's Thursday and Thursday is market day. Fortunately for you, I did not film my grocery shopping because I'm sure most of you have been grocery shopping and you know what it's like. But follow me on my way home from shopping through the chores and my lunch until I finally got to come out here to my beautiful porch and relax. Here I am in Savers parking lot, getting ready to go in and do a little thrifting. And this is my favorite section, the videos. I like to find them for a good price. And then here's the clothing area. So I'm gonna have some fun. So I just got done shopping at Savers and I picked up 3 videos, a really weird pair of leggings that look like sky, I guess, for my daughter, and a cute zippy hoodie for myself because I get cold in restaurants all the time and I need one to keep in the car. Here I am in my crappy 1970s kitchen. Show you around. There's a refrigerator. There's the new oven. That's not crappy. And look at that blue Formica countertop and backsplash. And then this is my new baking center. So my husband just put that in for me. I am about to put away my groceries. So I'm gonna make my typical lunch, which is Boston lettuce, also known as, butter lettuce is the other name for a Boston lettuce. Cherry tomatoes, or grape tomatoes, I'm not really sure, one of the small tomato variety. A little feta, and today we're spicing things up with leftover sriracha butter shrimp from last night. And there you have it. Yeah, you did a pretty good job. As you can see, cats are waiting to eat, they think, whatever I have left over, but that's not gonna happen. And now here we are in my bedroom with my beautiful hardwood floors because I need to do laundry and pick up a little bit of a mess here. Looks a little cleaner now. And this is just a glimpse of my medication area. Yes, I take pills 4 times a day. So here I am getting ready for karate. So yeah, that's my exciting life. Lots of chores. Thursdays is market and laundry. I do laundry on Mondays and Thursdays because my husband is basically a teenage girl who changes his clothes 3 times a day. I don't know why. I mean, obviously, when he comes home from work, he wants to change, but I don't know. He sometimes changes again after he got home. I don't know if he gets dirty gardening or what's going on, but he uses up enough clothing. And he won't wear the same pair of pants twice in a row, which I think is crazy because I wear my jeans more than once in a row. I think most people are like that. Maybe I'm wrong. Have not been doing a lot of knitting. The one thing that I have been working on quite a bit is my my patchwork blanket. which I think is coming out amazing. It looks nice. I'm on row number 6. I'm almost halfway through row number 6. And I just love it. It's a simple, I can't remember what this is called now. My brain is nothing. A mitered square. It's a simple mitered square, but inspired by something I saw on Ravelry. I changed the direction of the increases on each row so they make a chevron. I thought that looked more interesting, and I like the way it goes together better. I feel somehow the ones that I've seen where all the chevrons are, all the decreases are in the same direction, I feel like they look overlappy somehow. I can't really explain what I mean, but I just like the way this looks better. See if I can get a good, there we go. There. And it's got that little texture to it that's kind of neat. And it's fun to go through and work with these scraps and remember, oh yeah, I made dinosaur socks out of this one. And this was from the first sock club I ever was in, Sock Yarn Club. And this is Wool Mize. It's just a lot of fun. And these were my candy cane socks. So yeah. And if you have a lot of self-striping, this is from a self-striping skein. I've done like 5 squares out of this, and they all look different because, here's another one from that same yarn, this one, because the stripes make it switch up a lot, so it's kind of fun. So anyway, that's it for what I've been knitting. Not much. One thing that I do with this project is I knit it on double-pointed needles, which I keep in my little Jessalou Notions pouch, this perfect size for double-pointed needles. And just because it's so small, I based my squares on 20 stitches per side, plus 1 stitch in the center because I do a triple decrease in the center, a centered double decrease, I guess it's called. 3 stitches into 1, basically. And in one of my classic Knitting's My Bag bags. Sadly, Knitting's My Bag is no longer selling bags. Fortunately, I stocked up. So that's all I have for that. The other thing that you might have seen from, if you follow my my blog, Rabbit Hole Crafters et al., is I've been doing a lot of stitching. And this is my current project. It's a primitive design of a house, and I'm working on it. I bought this really cool stuff. It's called Sulky something or other. Sulky is the brand. And it basically, you can print on it. It's like cloth. And it has a sticky backing. So you stick it onto your piece of work. And you go ahead and do your stitching on it so that you can see the pattern. And then when you're all done, you wash the cross stitch, which you would do anyway, and the cloth melts and it just leaves your stitches, so you can't see the pattern anymore. So yeah, I'm really enjoying that. This is a Kathy Schmidt's design. She has a website. I discovered her. She does some quilting stuff, but she does some beautiful primitive embroidery work designs, and this is the second one that I've done. And I bought this bag at Connecticut Sheep and Wool to keep my stitching in because it works just great with a hoop this size. It fits perfectly. And it's a TARDIS print, and it has space on the inside, which I love. I don't know if did I just say it was from Stitched by Jessalou? If not, it's Stitched by Jessalou. And then I have another Stitched by Jessalou bag. This is where I keep all of my floss. I found this is actually a photo container that I got from Michael's. You're supposed to put, what is it, probably 4x6 photos in it. I like it though because I just keep my floss for my current project in there on these little floss cards where you write the number so you know what color it is. I say that and then I look at this one and apparently I didn't write the number on it, which was not good, but no. Apparently I didn't write the number on a lot of these. Ooh, big mistake. Anyway, I find that to be a handy little container for my stuff. And then last but not least, I have this little notions pouch that I got from Knitting's My Bag. And that's where I have my new scissors. These are really pretty. And I keep a little container. It's got a magnet inside. That's where I keep my needles and my threader. And I keep my extra little, I don't know what you call these, bobbins, floss bobbins. And that's just where I keep my sharp things. So when I move from project to project, I just take these two things out. Sometimes I put this inside the bigger bag, and that's just like my supplies, but when I'm working on a project, I keep them out because I like to have the scissor pouch out most of the time. Oh, here's a stray piece of string. So, yep, embroidery. I'm really liking it. This is my 7th project. This is my 7th project since January. I kind of went in the rabbit hole on that, and I just really enjoy it. I find it to be very relaxing because the pattern is printed right there, and you just follow it. There's no thinking. I pick my own colors, so I don't have to follow any kind of a pattern or instructions. It's very low-key, and I like that. The third thing that I've been really doing, for my birthday, my 50th birthday, I got a silhouette portrait paper cutter. It can cut paper, and a lot of people use it for card making and scrapbooking, but it can also cut sticker paper, iron-on transfer paper, vinyl, that vinyl transfer paper that you can make stickers that go on the back of your car. It can cloth. It can cut a bunch of stuff. My husband actually used one at his work, and my friend Lois, Knitting's My Bag, she started doing paper cutting in the fall, I think. And when I was talking to her about it, I thought, you know, maybe she was enjoying it, and I thought maybe it would be worth getting one of those machines to cut the stickers that I use for my day minder here. This is my Erin Condren planner. So just to show you, a typical full month layout looks like this, and this, all these little date covers and all the stickers you see on here, those are all, everything is stickers. I put it on over the page. When the page starts out, it looks like this. And then I cover it with themed stickers that I buy from Design Lovely on Etsy. I was cutting these all out by hand. So when you look at this month, for example, it's May, everything that you see on May, I cut out by hand. It is a lot easier to print them out and take them off the paper like a normal sticker. So I thought I would give it a try. My husband got me one for my birthday, and this is this week's planning so far. All those things that you see on there, all the colors here, everything stickers that I put on there, and all of these stickers were cut on my machine, which is nice. So I got that, and I have been making my own stickers. What I do with the monthly kits that I get is I take the icons from that designer that I like, and I make a whole sheet of them. Instead of, the way that they come is you get a certain number of stickers on each page that you print out, like maybe 20 different little icons. There might be 2 or 3 of each one. I use the cleaning, market, and meal planning icons quite a bit every week. So I like to I use my design software, and I make myself a sticker sheet from her design just of those, so that I only have to print out one sheet of them, and I don't have to keep printing out the big sheet that has other stuff that I don't use. And I also pick and choose from the other design sets what I want, what I find that I use a lot. For me, this is where I use the icons. It tells each day, oh, the laundry one I use a lot too. It tells me each day what my chores are, my planned chores. I use the bill pay stickers a lot, and then I made these myself, and I just color them to coordinate with whatever set I'm using. These are my karate and ballet stickers for when we have to do that every week, and then I use the appointment stickers quite a bit. So since I've gotten the cutter and I have the Design Pro software. It costs $49 on the Silhouette website, but I found out if you go on Amazon, you can get it for $25. So that's what I did. It was a good savings. Anyway, I make my own stickers. The amounts that I use, I print them out at the beginning of the month, and then I'm all set for the rest of the month. So I had a little brief interruption, a little drama going on in my life, which I'll talk about after I get done telling you about my paper cutter. So as I said, I use it primarily for stickers, but I did start making some cards. Starting in the 90s, I want to say 91 or 92, I started doing paper scrapbooking. And I amassed a ton of craft materials because if you know me at all, whenever I get into a craft hobby, I tend to go full force, and I have a crazy amount of scrapbook paper, stickers, whatever. So when I realized that my Silhouette cutter came with some free software and some free money to use in the store, I thought, well, I'll make a few cards. So let me just show you a few of the cards that I've made. This one, it folds flat, but it's a 3D card with a little typewriter. Just a quick note to say thank you. All of this was made from paper that I already owned, so it's a good way to use up some of that stuff because I don't do paper scrapbooking anymore. I only do digital scrapbooking. It's a lot easier and cheaper. And then I made this card with the little birds, just a blank card. And I used sparkly paper, but I don't think in this lighting you can tell that it's sparkly, but I wanted it to kind of look like snow. Then I made this. It's also a fold flat card. It's a little mason jar that says Mom on it, and it has a 3D little, there's cobwebs on it because it fell off the table while I was gone. Because I had to leave in the middle of this, because it wouldn't be me recording without me having to be interrupted by something. So I love this one. I think it's really cute. Oh, and even the back of the card has the little detail where there's the mason jar top, and so do the ones that make it 3D. So it can stand up. It's really cute. And this is the first card that I made. It's a fold flat, but it doesn't fold quite flat very well because it was the first one that I made. But it's a shadow box card with a little bird, and it says thank you. That's what it looks like. It's very cute. And then from the same designer, I made this shadow box card. This one folds flat much better. And that has a little lighthouse and a sailboat, and the cute thing is on the back, it has a little card where you write your sentiments and then put them in this little pocket. So it's very cute. The other one's supposed to have a little pocket on the back. Whoops. But I didn't make that. I just made this. Excuse me. So, very cute. I've enjoyed using the paper cutter. It's really easy to use, and you can do two kinds of things. You can just cut out pieces of paper, which is what I do when I make the cards. All the little shapes that you see are all just individually cut out, and then I glue them on in whatever formation they need to go. And then the other thing I can do is I can print out my stickers like this, and then I print it out, and then I put it back through the cutting machine after it's been printed out, and it has registration marks, and that's how it cuts out all the stickers to their correct shape. So it's a lot of fun, and I'm enjoying using it, and I feel like there's a lot of things you could do with it. I could make personalized stickers to put on the back of my envelopes. Like, I love designing stuff. My daughter does these really cute drawings that I think would make great stickers, so I feel like over the next year or so, I'm going to have a lot of fun playing with that. And the last thing that I've been really invested in is baking bread. I bake bread at least once a week, usually more than once a week. I started out with the King Arthur Flour whole grain baking book, which I got for Christmas. And I own about 10 different kinds of whole grain flours now. And I use them for various recipes. I love the King Arthur's baking book. It's a really good source for whole grain recipes. I have several breads that I make out of that book that I really like. I also got another bread baking book that I think it's called Bread Illustrated. It's by Cooks Illustrated, and I have an Italian loaf and a brioche loaf that I make from that recipe book quite a bit. Both of those are not whole grain loaves, but they're really good for table bread or if I want to bring bread as a gift. And then I got this book just this week, The New Artisan Bread in 5 Minutes a Day. And the reason I got this book is I was looking up something about my sourdough on a bread baking forum. And this was recommended because what you do is you make a big batch of dough, just mixing it together. You don't have to knead it. You don't have to do anything. You put basically flour, water, yeast, and salt in a container, mix it until it's all incorporated, and you throw it in the fridge. And then over the next 2 weeks, anytime you want to make bread, you go down and you take about a grapefruit-sized hunk of this dough out, let it rest for 40 minutes, and then bake it in the oven. So this is really great for me and my family. We go through table bread pretty quickly. I've been making small boule loaves. A boule is that like round thing. And we can usually eat one of those in a day or 2 days. So it doesn't have a chance to get stale or dry. Another thing that helps is I put all of my fresh baked bread, after it's cooled down, I put it in a King Arthur bread bag, plastic bread bag I bought. You can get like 100 of them for $10 or something. I bought a bunch of them. And I put a little clay disc that you soak in water. It's the kind of thing that you would put in your brown sugar to keep it moist. You can also put it in a bread bag to keep moisture in there so the bread doesn't get hard or stale. So I do that. But this is great because it just doesn't even have a chance to get stale before we eat it because it's such a small loaf. They end up when they come out of the oven, it's like about this big, like that, because it puffs up in the oven. But what I really like about it is it's no knead. It's in my refrigerator. I keep it in my basement refrigerator because the containers I make it in a big plastic food container that I got from King Arthur Flour. But I just go down and grab a hunk of dough, and it's an hour prep time because I have to preheat my bread stone in my oven for an hour to make sure it's really up to temperature. I put a pan in there, and then I get the dough out about 20 minutes into the preheat stage, let the dough rest for 40 minutes. So after an hour, I put the dough in on the breadstone, and I pour a little water into the pan underneath it to steam the oven. Bake it for half an hour, and I have fresh bread. And it's so much easier than the bread recipes that I have been using, which can take between 5 and 8 hours to do because they have to have a rise and a rise and a rise. So this dough, you make the master dough and you let it rise for 2 hours, and then you can keep it in this container for up to 2 weeks. And you just have to rest it before you put it in the oven. So it just, literally, that's why it's called 5 minutes a day, because the only time that I actually have to take is shaping it into the ball, which takes like 20 seconds, turning the oven on and putting in the pan and the stone, which takes like a minute, and putting it in the oven and taking it out of the oven. It's actually really great. So I feel like I always have fresh bread available to make. So I'm really enjoying this book. They have the master recipe, which is what you put in your thing, but they also give you whole grain recipes. Like you can use whole grain, you can use different flours to make the master recipe, you can tweak the master recipe to make a brioche, but it's all using like the same recipe, and they have a ton of different recipes in here, and each one tells you what you have to do to the master recipe to get that specific dough. And so far, my family really loves it, and the bread that's been coming out has been delicious. And the nice thing about it is the longer you keep the master dough in, you got to use it in 2 weeks, but the longer it's been in there, the more sour it gets. So as time goes on, your bread changes flavor, and it's just kind of interesting. I've made 2 loaves from my batch, and I'll probably get 2 more loaves out of it before I make another master batch. And this next master batch is probably going to be a whole grain. I just haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. But you can make baguettes. It's like pretzels. They have a ton of stuff in here. And they had an original book, and this is the updated version that has more recipes. So highly recommend. And that's pretty much it for all of my hobbies. I feel like I'm a lot busier now. If you don't want to hear about the weight loss surgery, then turn it off now. But I am going to speak briefly about that. I had my 1-year surgery anniversary on May 10th, and it's now June 1st. So I'm just over a year out of surgery, almost a year and 1 month, and I have lost almost 120 pounds. I am at my goal weight. Basically, I'm not at, my program doesn't tell you to pick a goal weight because everybody's different. Some people lose a lot of weight from surgery. Some people lose less weight. It has a lot to do with genetics. It has a lot to do with how big you were before surgery and how much you have to lose. It has a lot to do with the kind of surgery they have. There's a lot of factors. But my personal goal was to get within the normal range. And I am, at least by body measurement, in the normal range for my height now. So I went from a size 22 to a size 8. General size 8. Pants, I need to wear a size 6. Because I have big booble area, so I can't fit into a 6 top. So an 8 like dress or top fits me better, but I don't understand why, but because of this surgery for the first time in my whole life, I don't have big hips, so I wear smaller pants. It's very weird. I don't regret for a minute doing it. It has made me very happy, and I am just thankful that I'm healthy now. I'm able to do the things that I want to do. I have more energy, and that's why I feel like I've been so much busier, because I actually have the energy to go out and run every day and to do a bunch of stuff around the house, like baking and cleaning and crafting and, get outside and do yard work. And I'm still taking my martial arts class. I'm testing for my next belt next week. And all of those things, I spend more time doing active things with my kids, and I'm just really enjoying life. And it's nice that I got to that place. So I'm very thankful for that. I feel like now I'm in maintenance mode, and I just need to keep making healthy choices because I did have to change my whole lifestyle. I eat very differently. Like I said, I try to eat only whole foods. We don't eat a lot of processed food in my house. If we do have baked goods or anything, I like them to be homemade so that I know that at least I know what's in them. But that's it for my update on that. I no longer have to go regularly to the weight center. I do attend a support group once a month because I feel like it helps me stay in touch with the program. Until I'm sure that I'm handling my maintenance the way that I want to, which is to just maintain this weight. I'm going to keep going just to stay in touch with it. And if I start to go off track, there are people there that can help me, and I just feel more comfortable with that. I had my 1-year blood work done. My liver numbers are in the normal range now. They were not normal before because I had stage 3 fatty liver disease, which wasn't officially diagnosed until I had my surgery, but we knew my liver numbers were wonky, and we knew there was signs of fat in my liver before the surgery. But so this weight loss has put that into remission. My cholesterol is nice and low. It wasn't high before, but it was high normal. In fact, all of my numbers that were high normal before, because I'd never had really terrible numbers, are now dead in the normal range, if not in the low range. And the also reason that I have annual blood work is because I need to make sure that I'm getting all of my vitamins. There can be a little bit of malabsorption after weight loss surgery, not so much with sleeve, more for the Rouen-Y. But even with the sleeve, they need to make sure that you're getting all of the nutrients that you need. So I have a vitamin regimen, which I showed a little shot earlier of my giant laptop size pill box. That's just a part of my regular life now, and I'm fine with it. If I always took a daily vitamin before, and now I take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 vitamins a day. Some of them at the same time, so it's, I think, 3 different times a day I take vitamins. But it's a part of my routine, and it's a small sacrifice to pay for feeling great. So that's where everything is, and that's what's going on with that. As for my personal life, it's been a tough couple of weeks. I have a friend who's, not feeling well, and I'm worried about that. And we had a little incident with my daughter. The reason I got called away in the middle of this video is because a disruptive child at my daughter's school, filed a false police report against her for making a threat. And I don't even want to get into the details, only to say that the school handled it great. It had to be investigated by the police. We understood that. And obviously, if my daughter had said anything like what was reported, we would want there to be consequences for her, because I think as a good parent, if your kid says something in the heat of anger or something stupid, because kids in middle school are stupid, you want them to suffer the consequences so that later in life they don't make these mistakes. But everyone knew from the moment the report was filed that it wasn't true. It just wasn't logically, couldn't have happened. So fortunately, they contacted us, and my daughter didn't find out about any of this until it was basically over. And I just had gotten a call today from the school so that I could come down and meet with my daughter to talk to the investigating police officer, and he just basically wanted to debrief her, tell her what had happened, what the allegations were, and that what his findings were, which was that this did not happen, and that she has no consequences from that. And I think that the kid probably didn't think all the way through the consequences, but once you say a threat has been made in the school, the ball is rolling, or the train is out of the station. So it's been stressful. We got the initial call on Wednesday. I talked with the police on Friday. We had a meeting at the school on Tuesday, and then today I went in with my daughter and just had her debriefed so that she could feel confident that they understood. Nobody thinks she said this. So it's been stressful. Only a few more days of school left, and then we are off on an epic road trip from Boston to Branson, Missouri, and then from Branson to North Carolina, and then from North Carolina to home. So we're going to be making a lot of fun road trippy stops. We're going to see the world's biggest knitting needles and crochet hook, which I think is pretty awesome. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So that's what I've been up to. I hope that this cheers up my friend who is not feeling so hot right now, but I'm sure she'll be feeling better soon. Hope that seeing my face and hearing me talk made you feel a little bit better. Okay, so I don't really have anything else left to say. This is not going to become a regular thing, but I might do it again while my friend is still sick, just to give her a little pep in her day. That's kind of my plan. So if I do post it, I'll mention it in the old Knit One Heart 2 group, or if you follow my blog, you'll get notified because I'm going to host this through my blog. So anyway, good talking to everybody again. I hope you're all having a great 2017, and I'm looking forward to having a great summer. And if you want to see what I'm doing on a regular basis, just follow me on my blog. It's called Rabbit Hole Crafters on WordPress.com. And hope you enjoy the silly glimpse of what my life is like now, which is just really busy. So have a great summer, everybody, in case this is the only video I do. I hope it is, because I'm hoping my friend gets better soon. So we'll see you later. Bye.